Everybody, and welcome back to another Mobile Minute. So, just back from CES, Chuck, how big was the gap between technically feasible and commercially viable?
That is a very, very big gap, let me tell you. The opening talk by Consumer Electronics Association, which owns CES, of course, the chief economist, Sean Dubravik, talked about the difference between what is technically feasible and what is commercially viable. And that's really sort of what I was looking for at the show. Now, the first day, it was really a press event. So there were more than about 1,200 media people from all over the world. And we got to see a lot of the early things, basically before the masses got there later in the week. And the largest display that I saw that piqued the interest of that crowd was by Lenovo. And they're, of course, the company that bought ThinkPad from IBM several years back. And they had a lineup of a ton of products, and by far the biggest display. This was a big show for about 70 suppliers had stuff for that day and that night. And what they looked at is they've got smartphones, but they're not in the U.S. yet. But they're number 3 in the world right now in terms of smartphones. So they're going to be coming into the U.S. and North America in a really big way. Right now in the U.S. they're focused primarily on tablets. Later in the week, of course, we looked at a lot of different things, but that's sort of the beginning of CES.
Was there anything really that grabbed your attention from anything that you saw in those first 3 days?
Well, a lot of the things that we saw were interesting. They're not out yet, and that's kind of what was interesting. There was a ton of wearable stuff and that sort of thing, which everybody wrote about, which we'll talk about in later shows. But other than that, there was no one big thing that everyone said, or that I would say, boy, this is it this year. It was really just all over the map.